The B pillars are probably the worst part of this project. This is a original one. Before I'm going to remove it. Basically, you have to remove the interior panel. At least the way I do it. There's 3 rivets here, like 1 here, 2 here. Drill those out, and then it's just a matter of chipping away at this thing until it's gone. It's not a lot of fun. This is the stuff I use. I use this as just a degreaser for the area right before I apply and to degrease the stuff. This is to get rid of all the old crap. This is the new stuff, 3M. This is I think a thing to use to plant seeds or something like that, but I'm just using it as a scraper to scrape it all off, and of course the blue tape for that stuff. Right, here's the interior piece removed. Here you can see where those rivets are that have to be drilled out. Okay, I have all the rivets drilled out in the back, and now this is just a matter of just ripping this thing off. There is no easy way. They went a little crazy at the factory with the adhesive. So, it's just a matter of ripping it apart. This is round 1, just pulling it off manually. There's the box of crap I'm going to keep for this. So for here on out, I'm going to use this. I'm just going to kind of squirt it on there, let it soak in, and then just kind of scrape it away. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Round 2. Alright, this is the next round, which exposes this metal strip. That's what the rivets held to. You can kind of see it here. It's still kind of covered by some stuff. I'm going to try to drill these out because they're still holding it on. I had to actually take my Dremel cutoff wheel to get this piece off. Here's the next round. I'm going to now take a screwdriver and try to pry out the rivets from the backside. Those are the 3 rivets I had to get out. Here's the next round. I just wet it with some of that adhesive remover. Box of crap. Here's the next. Here's the next one. Next one. I've now switched to a green pad to kind of scrub away some of that. Getting closer. Probably got about 1 more time left. It's about as much as I can take off of it. I'll degrease it, but that's about as far as I go, which is enough. This is the driver's side, all cleaned up. Best I could. About ready for the new one. Now, an interesting thing for these things, they go in that hole up there, but I was hoping just to kind of glue it in. If you look at the bottom, there's a big gap. It's gonna need the rivet. I mean, if I push that down, that comes up. You have to screw or rivet. I was hoping just to glue it in and it'd be okay, but no. And you can tell with the big gap over on this side that they really loaded it up with the adhesive at the factory. This one fits pretty good, and this corner here was really blobbed up. You can kind of see where it all was. Not sure I'm going to do that because I have no intentions of leaving this outside or in the rain. Another thing is that when I cleaned it all off, yeah, I might have cleaned it a little too hard. There was some yellow coming off on the scrub right, but this adhesive, it was between the body pan or the interior panel and here, and I had to take this off. Obviously, I had to take it off again to rivet it, but it was just a mess to clean up. They got a little heavy-handed that day. Anyway, so gonna have to rivet this if I want it to stick correctly. Also, you can see back in this edge here, I mean, it had that black adhesive everywhere covered up. When I removed it, that kind of looks like ass, so I may have to just paint up just that tiny edge there. I don't plan on putting the adhesive all over the place like they did. I decided to paint this edge right here black, because when you put this on, it's got to go in that little indentation there. You could see the yellow. I mean, the trim piece is off right now. It's just the thing, but I painted just for that one little edge there, so it doesn't look so bad when it's finally on. As far as the A-pillar goes, there's 3 screws. There's one right there. There's one in there. There's like a little hole. You have to get to it up in there, and then there's one down here. There's also another little hole that you can get to it, or try to get to it up through there. It's right in that hole there. It's kind of hard to see. Just unscrew those 3. These are the 3 screws I pulled out. The big one's on top, the middle, and the other small one is on the bottom down here. So I'm just after the screws are removed, you can kind of just try to get it out. Here it comes. A lot easier than the B pillars as far as leaving a residue of crap around. Pretty much got it. Just need to clean it all up now. This is the track after I cleaned it. It was definitely the yellow RTV, or the adhesive that they used from the... Looks like they used just a thin kind of bead for the yellow adhesive. This part looks like it's going to be tricky here because it's got to somehow get underneath here. Can be done. I guess it's just going to have to get shoved under there. The rest goes in this bottom track here, which I cleaned out, and doesn't look too difficult. Then just pop in the screws. You can see where the screws are here without the piece of weather stripping in there. Here they are after they were both installed. I didn't go really heavy on the adhesion. I did have some problems with my pop rivet thing. That one, I'm to cut those off, but looks pretty good. This side, I did have problems with this clip, trying to get all this underneath it. I suspect this was probably bent out at the factory. They got it and then they squished it in. I may just leave it like that. It doesn't not line up too bad. It's okay. Those 2 small screws actually have nothing to do with holding the weather stripping on. They hold this black bracket that it goes on, so you don't actually have to take those off. Other than that, though, it closes pretty good. Everything lines up pretty good for the most part. So now I've already removed the internal panel, or the interior panel from here, so time to take this off. It's mostly a couple screws over here, I think one over here. Take it off the bottom. This one's hopefully not too difficult. On the door, they have these small screws that were holding it all in. I'm replacing it all with Doc Rebuilds weather strip kit, if I hadn't mentioned that. I've already unscrewed everything, so it should just kind of come off now. Well, hopefully in one piece. Well, you get the idea. And it'll come up over here. So I'm just gonna pull all that down and then clean up all this old adhesive. That's a lot of fun. This is me removing all the old adhesive. You can see the screw hole's a lot easier now, the 3. So there's obviously 2 there, there's 1 there, and over on this side, there's 1 there next to that big hole, and then back here, and there's 1 right back there. So now it's, I can get in there, yes, removed it all the way around. So I think what I'm gonna do is just do these top parts first over here and over there, get those screwed down, and then I'll apply the adhesive and try to do the bottom part. Probably doing it wrong, but whatever. Okay, I have the 2 ends all screwed in, attached. I did put a little bit of sealant underneath it. Down here is still just all loose. I haven't put any adhesive on there, but I did do this end also. They fit pretty good. So now I guess I'll do this loop here. It only takes a minute for that stuff to set up, so I don't mind holding it for a minute, and then I might do it in a half. I'll do like this half, and then after that's all attached, I'll work on that side. Alright, so this is about half of it. I did use some tape just to hold it down. I've only got it adhesive to about that piece. The rest is just kind of slung around there, keeping it in position. I did have a little bit of glue or adhesive smear out, which I was hoping not to, but whatever. Dims or breaks. Okay, have it all in. You can see here where I painted this just so that wouldn't be showing yellow through. I did have to bend this clip out to tuck this stuff under it and bend it back. It's not that big of a deal. The only issue I have is with this. I think I need to adjust my window because when it catches right there going up. So I don't plan on rebuilding the doors today, but I think there's a lot of play in here. I need to take these doors apart and clean everything and put it all back together. But other than that, it seems pretty good. If I roll this all the way up, it closes. The seams look good. This is completely tight back here. I couldn't get, you can't get a finger back in there. So, not too bad. These are from Doc Rebuild, like I said. They seem to work pretty good. Putting the door panel back on, I noticed I have a problem here. It's the screw hole for that is not really going to fit in there very well. Looks like on the original piece there was a little cutout, so I guess I'm going to have to take my Dremel to that piece. There it is after I modified it with my Dremel, just a cut-off wheel. After I got the door card in, the window seems to line up a little better. I mean, this part, the card overlaps the weather stripping, but here the weather stripping overlaps the card. But when I roll it up now, it seems okay. It's not really catching anymore.